light is, which is up here, because you see how it's light on the top edges of a lot of these things. That means that the lighting is going to come from above. Then I just added orange, give it a nice color to the focal orange all around here. Gaussian blurred it, set it to linear dodge, looked nice. Then I added in linear dodge, soft round brush, Gaussian blurred dots, not dots. Well, yeah, dots, but they're bigger than dots. They're circles. That's not supposed to be there. Around where the effects are, make them pop out more. This is where I start image applying and darkening edges. Darken this edge over here, these edge over here. So once again, flow going this way, as you can tell by the darkening. Then I added in some. This is a bit different this time around. I applied the image and I used the dodge tool right there, and I dodged the areas around the effects, so it actually looks like they're shining light on it, except it's different from the Worgen tutorial in that I didn't use a soft round brush with the Gaussian blur. I just used the dodge tool, and then I just added in lighting down here and up here where all the effects were and where the lighting is coming from. Down here the lighting is coming up and out, that's why the effects are here, and up here is the natural light. I added in a lot of gradient maps, about 6 you can see over on the side there. This is just a black and white luminosity like I normally do, give it nice contrast. This was purple to orange. This was actually for coloring. As you can see, it got a lot more orangey red, and that's what I wanted. It was right in between that yellow and red that I showed you in the beginning. This was just to dull the colors a bit. I liked how this actually turned that into that. I liked how it made the shadows more blue, and it faded the color so it wasn't too overpowering. And then I did that again, but with a gradient map. I actually took out some of that color. Once again, darkening the edges, so it looked pretty good. And then this is where I start getting back into the orange. The blue was a bit overpowering, so I added in this as soft light, gave it back that orange tone that I was going for. And then this was just for luminosity. Once again, this is just for more contrast. It may look a bit over contrasted, but it actually will end up fixing that to a degree. Doesn't look too bad. This is where I sharpened the focal. I believe this might have been topaz. I think this was topaz sharpen. Just filter topaz sharpen and then mess around with your settings. My settings usually change depending on how much I want it sharpened, but those are my settings usually. It's about radius is 1, threshold 1, sharpness. It depends on how sharp you want it to look. And then I added in another sharp layer on a new applied image to sharpen, set it to lighten. So it's hard to tell, I guess, but you can tell it has more highlight to some of the lighter parts of the tag, and I liked how that turned out. Then just darkening. No, this isn't darkening. It's actually blurring. Apply the image on a new layer, then take your filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I don't know exactly what my settings were for this Gaussian blur, but it definitely wasn't 55.8. And you just leave that on normal and you erase over the focal. See how with the background, it's kind of draws focus away from this. So when you blur it, this loses the focus, and then this gains all of it. It helps with depth. It makes it look a lot better. Then I added in some lighting, yellow lighting from those colors I showed previously, and from down here, this is where the lighting's coming up here with the effects, and the natural lighting up here. And then, like in my Worgen tutorial, I didn't like how the eyes looked. They didn't pop out and stand out to me. Most of these effects were taken away from the image itself. So what I did was I drew focus into his face by using a soft round brush with blue, and that pulled in the focus, because once again those blue eyes are contrasting with all of the red and yellow and orange that's going on around them. Now it's not a bad contrast because there is blue in the tag, and blue is the shadow color that I chose. So it pulls in focus back away from all of this, not too much away, so you can still see this. Well, of course you can still see it if you look at it, but it pulls in focus from this into the guy's face, so it doesn't, so these don't draw all of the focus away from the main focal itself. Alright, well, once again, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you didn't hate my rambling way too much. I know I tend to get off topic. Wish I could go to the tropics. I know I tend to get off topic quite a bit, and just like that little spiel right there. But I hope you did learn a lot. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you again next time.